All right, so this one's for the ladies. We're going to tell you about men and what men are put on earth to do in our brains instinctually. Evolutionary, if you shall. I don't care how you want to look at it. Adam and Eve, God's creation, whatever you want to look at it. Men are put on this world to provide and to protect. That does not mean that all men do that. That does not mean there are not women who do that. Nothing like that. But generalization, more than just a generalization. The men on this world have been instinctually, not freaking society telling you men's got to be like this. Instinctually, it was actually funny. I was listening to a Bill Burr podcast the other day where he's talking about he's got a daughter like 2 years old, and all the girls over here like at some birthday party just kind of hanging out doing what girls do, which is just whatever. And then some boy came in, he saw some pillows stacked. And the girls just didn't even pay mind to it. They're just doing, I don't know, whatever they're doing. Having a freaking a tea party, whatever. And the boys just saw the pillows. They just kicked him over. And then he jumped on them. I said, that's so funny, man. That's what boys do. They break things. They want to just, they rabble rouse without question. Girls they sit around and they enjoy their company. And they nitpick. I get it. But it's funny because I've had 2 and 2. And not once did I ever need to give my girls a doll and my boys a truck. We don't it doesn't work like that. I could care less what they want to do. I literally don't care. It's up to them. But let's just put it this way: boys go this way and girls go that way. Again, not all boys go this way, not all girls go that way, but the vast majority of them do. So the idea that society teaches them that is silly. But I guess if you want to gripe about something, you can do that. That's fine. All right, but so I'm going to get my surgery, my rotator cuff surgery next week, and I'm going to be out of commission in terms of ability to do anything physically for probably 3 months. And so it's tough, man, because let me give you an example. We 2 weeks ago, a week ago, something like that, we took my daughter down to the airport in Atlanta, dropped her off so she could go on her excursion to Europe with her Georgia Tech class. Just getting the luggage, her suitcase out of the car was excruciatingly painful for me. Using my right shoulder. I'm right-handed, so I use my right arm mostly. But using my left hand, it's not natural for me. So I did it with my right. It hurt, man. The other day I went down to Georgia Tech to drop my daughter off and get her set up for a lacrosse camp, an overnight lacrosse camp. And we're getting her bunks and everything situated. And her bedding was too low. We had to raise it up, and I just couldn't do it. I mean, it just hurt too much to do it. And so thankfully there's a guy next door, Chuck, a good guy, and he's like, hey, I can help you. And I said, yeah, man. And, look, I got no problem asking him for help for that. But he helped me. We got situated. But, it's painful. I literally couldn't do it. And for the next, 3 months, I literally will not be able to move my arm. And then even when I get my splint off after 6 weeks, I won't be able to put more than, I think she said, the first couple of weeks you can't do any weight. And then after that, it's no more than 5 pounds for the next month. So for the next 3 months, there will be no physical activity from this arm in terms of my ability to lift or move things at all for 3 months. I will be down out relying on my wife, who's strong as a bull. I mean, my wife will kick your butt in 2 seconds flat, and I love her to death for that. She is feminine as can be, though. I mean, the most feminine woman you've ever seen, but she'll kick your butt. But the facts are, if that was me permanently, it'd be depressing. It'd be depressing because men are put on this world to provide and protect. If men can't do that, they have a significant issue that says, I can't do what I'm supposed to do. Thus, why would my loved one stay with me? Does that make sense? Now, I mean, look, every situation is different, but think about it. You are there to provide and protect, and all of a sudden you got that taken away from you for whatever reason. Maybe you got in a car crash. Maybe you got your legs blown off in an IED in Iraq. I don't know. I don't know, and I don't make light of it. But maybe something happened where you can no longer do what is a man's divine thing, which is to provide and protect. How do you deal with that emotionally? I think a lot of men will deal with that emotionally by being asses, because they'll look at their wife, and they'll say, why is she here with me? She deserves better than this, so I'm going to be mean in order to drive her away. Kind of like the guy from Forrest Gump. Remember that guy, Lieutenant Bob, how he was mean to everybody? Let me get more of my coffee. Because he wanted to drive people away. He said, this is not the life I want. And then not only that, the guy saying, not only this is not the life I want, my wife didn't choose this. I'm putting her through this. I want her to go and enjoy the life at the beach with some young buff guy getting tan and all that. And you can see how a man can get very nasty there just to say, basically, just leave me so you can go enjoy your life. He's doing that as what he thinks he's trying to encourage his wife to do, even though the wife is there through thick and thin. But a man could easily get like that, get nasty. It's sad. It's sad because I'm not there. I don't know what it's like, but I can easily see just how it wasn't depressing, but just I remember thinking about that. I can't do what I should be able to do, which is the strength of a man. Men are stronger than women, and this whole transgender thing, it's silly. Men are stronger than women without question. That to even debate that is silly. So not to be able to do what a man is supposed to do with strength, with protection, with providing, it's tough, man. It's tough. And I just ask, not just the ladies, but the men too. If you're going through this, allow your woman, your wife, your girlfriend, whatever, to know how you feel before you start getting nasty. Because it's not fair to be mean to them, to literally drive them away. That's not fair. That's not fair. You gotta say, look, I don't feel comfortable in the way. It's gonna be sad and depressing, but I don't feel comfortable with that. I'm relying on you to freaking wipe my butt. But you got to let her know, because if you don't and you just get nasty, you're going to break her heart. You see what I'm saying? And allow her the dignity of making the choice of saying, yes, I know I didn't sign up for this, but I love you and I will be here for you. And you got to assume she's correct. And she's saying that. Why would she say that if she didn't mean it? Allow her the choice, though, because I know a lot of men. I was in the Army, I was in the infantry. I know a lot of men from the Northeast, and particularly down here in the South, actually, a lot of men who are proud to be men. You take away what they're put on earth to do, it can really make them bitter and really make them take it out on the people that don't want to take it out. Not because they hate those people or angry at those people, because they're angry at their own lot, and they just say, I didn't choose this. It's not fair for me to put my wife through this, but I don't know how to run her off, so I'm going to be mean as a freaking crazy man. Don't do that. Don't do that, man. And women, if you could just have the empathy, maybe not the sympathy, but the empathy, or both, for a guy who knows what he is on this earth to do, and if he feels like he's not doing it, if he's deficient in his ability to do it, it is going to hurt him deeply. Don't overlook that and poo-poo that, like, just get over it. No, I'm telling you. I remember when I quit my job. This is when we lived in Phoenix. I think we just got married. And we didn't have kids yet. And I remember it was like 3-month time there. I couldn't find a good job. I remember I went to Lowe's or Home Depot even to apply. And they obviously I was too qualified because I had a college degree. And I said, man, I just want a job. It was about a 3-month time there. I felt real. And my wife was making good money. I just felt real. I was down on myself. No other way. That was in 99. I was down on myself. I said, I'm not pulling my weight. And she didn't care. Charlotte didn't care. She was like, dude, that's fine. Just find a good job. But she wasn't like, why you get a job? She wasn't like that, thank God. But I remember I felt like it, and I just felt like I'm not pulling my weight. And that was bad. It's bad as a man to feel like you're not pulling your weight, because not only are you supposed to pull your own weight, but you're supposed to provide. It's tough. It's a tough situation. She didn't understand what it's like for a man to go through this. Does that make sense? And I can't expect her to understand that. She has a different way of looking at things. Women look at things differently than men. But when you take out the man's sole purpose in this world, which is to provide and protect, you take that away from him, things change drastically, man. And the man's got to understand, look, it's a different environment here now, and I've got to rechange my brain to deal with this. But I'd ask that the woman does too, and not be sympathetic, like, "Oh, honey," but just be say, no, maybe give him something that makes him feel like he's doing what he's supposed to do. Like, I don't know, you can study, freaking biology and learn what's going on for our kids in terms of if they get sick or something. I mean, I'm just throwing something out there. Give them a challenge. Challenge them to be able to accomplish something that's helping with the family dynamics. Maybe, honey, start a YouTube channel. Just tell people what's going on. That would help us out a lot financially. Give him something. Don't just say, hey, we got it. It's cool. No, you're good, honey. You're good. Give him a challenge, something to strive for, something to accomplish so he feels like he's contributing. If he just feels like he's a drain, I don't care what you say, That's not going to make him feel better. He has got to feel like he's contributing. So give him a task, a challenge. Hey, you've always been wanting to write this book. Write this book and start selling it. We could use the money. You see what I'm saying? Give him something to do that will freaking bridge what he feels right now, which is he's incapable of doing anything. He's just a drain to make it to be a productive member of the family. And again, I don't know what it is. But there's something in that man that's ingrained that says, I need to be doing something to help the family, and I'm not doing it. So as a woman, what you got to find is, what would that thing be? I don't know what it is. It shouldn't be gambling. It shouldn't be betting, because that's speculation. That money can go and come, but it needs to be something productive. I can easily see some guy, I'm going to get on a gambling website. I'll show my wife, I'll bring in some money. No. We don't want that. Shouldn't be stock trading, nothing like that. Maybe blogging about, I don't know what it is, but something. Find a challenge for him. Challenge him. Say, hey, I know you're down here. You can't, whatever it is, whatever the incapacity is. You ever thought about this? That could help a lot. And I know you've been wanting to do it. Why don't you do it? And I don't know what it is, but think about it, and think about it from his perspective. It can't just be, no, I got it. It's good. That's not what men want to hear. They want to be challenged. It'll stimulate the brain, stimulate the activity, and say, there's a wall. Like that kid, remember the kid who kicked down those freaking wall that Bill Burr talked about? That's what men need. They need a wall to freaking burrow through. I'm going to take that wall. I'm going to take that hill. I mean, it's got to be something realistic. I mean, you're not going to tell, hey, run your marathon if he's got no legs. But you can say at the end of the day, all right, you can't run. You're not going to be strong like you were. But maybe do something, just twist it around a little bit. Say, now, why don't you use that noggin of yours that God gave you to do something you've been wanting to do, whatever it is. Develop a course, I don't know, or go help other people who have the same issue. That a lot of times that's why a lot of the guys at the VA will go down there and help other veterans to say, look, I know, I've been there, and they can help a lot, and I know exactly what you're going through. I'm just trying to tell this for the woman to understand what a man's going through. He can't just get the sympathetic vote. He needs to have a challenge. I hope this makes sense, because it is depressing. I'm telling you right now, for me, not being able to lift that, I got to take my wife to the airport in 3 weeks or something like that. I won't be able to get the freaking luggage. That's no big deal. I know it's no big deal, but for me it is. My wife, petite compared to me, she's going to have to want to get the luggage out of the car. She can do it. I know that. It doesn't make me feel good about myself nonetheless. So the men need to be challenged. They need to have a mission. They need to have a hill to take, a wall to punch through. They need to have a challenge. So just keep that in the back of your mind. All right, thanks now.